only the third week of the Sky Bet Championship season, but we're already talking about a promotion six-pointer or even a Sky Bet Championship decider. It's early days in the second tier of English football, but the top two, Sunderland and Burnley, have had exhilarating starts out of the blocks in their opening two games of the campaign. They go head-to-head here at the Stadium of Light this Saturday in what could be a massive game come the end of the season. Everybody in this arena is ready to go.
Good afternoon to the Sunderland supporters! And good afternoon to the
Ferocious noise here before kick-off.
Number 1, James Trafford. Number 5, Maxime Esteve. Number 6, CJ Egan Riley. Number 8,
always an extra tingle
Number 9,
down the spine.
Number 14,
Grounds like this, venues like this,
Number 22, Coutinho.
footballing towns like this.
Number 37, Andreas Jordi. Number 42,
Let's have a look at the starting 11s then for Sunderland. Reggie Labrie makes just the one change from the side that smashed Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 last Sunday. Jack Clark's move to Ipswich is shortly just hours away, so he doesn't feature for the host today. Romain Mundell is the man being tipped to usurp Clark's place in the starting 11 on a permanent basis and gets the nod. He and Patrick Roberts will be supporting Eliza Mayenda in the attack.
Number 11, Chris Ray. Number 12, Eliza Mayenda.
As for Burnley, well, Scott Parker makes 4 changes to the side that beat Cardiff 5-0 last weekend to continue his side's perfect start to the season. Vaclav Haladki is replaced between the posts by James Trafford, who started on the opening day of the campaign before missing last week due to illness. Dara O'Shea, Luka Kolosho and Josh Cullen are replaced by CJ Egan Riley, Noah Masengo and Andre Utonji. Lyle Foster and Jay Rodriguez are up front looking for their first goals of the new campaign.
Number 33, Kielder. Number 36, welcome to the Stadium of Light, Ian Poveda.
Romain Mundell, 21-year-old, there is expectation on his shoulders. He's been issued a challenge by Reggie Labrie.
Stephen Martin.
Create danger on the flanks and show that capacity to deliver the key ball when it matters. There's plenty of problems for that man, James Trafford. Back between the posts once again, recovered from illness. As I say, that left him out of the game against Cardiff. There's some pressure though, because the Ipswich Town goalkeeper who came in to replace him certainly has credentials at the Sky Bet Championship level. Be a good battle between the posts for Burnley this season internally. Help as well, I'm sure, that Haladki had a clean sheet against Cardiff, while of course Trafford conceded on the opening day against Luton. Steve Martin, our man in the middle, gets us underway. And it's Burnley who get us going, playing from right to left on your screen in their change strip. The Clarets were in their dark away strip, with Sunderland in the traditional red and white stripes with the black shorts. And red and white socks, playing from left to right on your screen. It's a game that doesn't really need talking up in terms of the early intensity of the Sky Bet Championship season. This is by far the best game we've had on the schedule so far, particularly considering how these two sides have started the season. Joe Bellingham, no need to mention who his brother is. The Black Cats happy to just be rather relaxed in possession. No immediate urgency in the first minute or so to come rearing forward, but it is something that has been introduced by Reggie Labrie already in these first few games of the season, and the off-the-ball work rate as well has been very impressive from Sunderland in their first 2 games of the season. Shining out by the fact that they haven't yet conceded in the Sky Bet Championship. It's a Northern Irishman, Trey Hull. It's a difficult one to bring under control. Such luck in the end for Chris Rigg, who is the central part of what really is a midfield 3 for that man's side, the former Lorient boss. A bit of time with Rennes as well, working as an assistant coach in his past. First chance really in English football. First chance for Andreas Utonji to get down this left sideline, the former Caen man. during the summer for around £4 million, making his first start for the club. Roberts giving it short. It's going to be the outlet ball back as well, straight away. Esteve. Roberts again goes over the top, just looking for that diagonal run of the 22-year-old. Collection for Anthony Patterson, troubled by the first push forward by Scott Parker's side. Great success at this level of English football, of course, Parker, with Fulham and Bournemouth. Broken up by Roberts, who's seen more of the ball than anybody else in a Burnley shirt so far. Inviting on the pressure, dangerous game to play. The Brazilian Lucas Pires gets it forward, gets it back. And this pass really easily cut out by Agielise. There's the young defender again, just trying to find an easy option. The feeling, considering all the discussion has been about the attacking prowess of both of these two sides to start this new season. Both Reggie Labrie and Scott Parker will have devised some sort of defensive strategy to limit the opportunities in the attacking positions for their opponent. It's going to take some hard graft to open things up. Mundle. And it's a lovely pull across goal. Well, it was left by the Spanish forward, but Chris Rigg arriving, just couldn't divert it on target. First real chance for Romain Mundle to strut his stuff down that left flank. He does really well to pick out the run too. I think he was aiming for the midfielder all along. He's got to test the keeper really from that sort of position. Can't work off the ball. Rigg just disrupting Masengo. Egan Riley. Lucas Pires. Brownhill. Coutinho. Trying to do too much, the Brazilian down the right. Can't afford to be too sloppy in possession. Burnley in the middle of the park, considering the pace and quality on offer in the Sunderland attack. The willingness as well to take on players. Sport as well that Trey Hume and Dennis Serkin can provide from those full-back positions. As Serkin goes down, that'll be a free kick. Plenty of options up that far side of the field, but Mundle, Serkin was able to pick that ball up. Good start though, considering the weight of expectation put on him. Can't underestimate how important Jack Clarke is to this Sunderland side, but it's no surprise to have seen interest from bigger clubs higher up the footballing order in English football this season. Roberts. He might be encouraged to shoot here. He's got support as well from the fullback. Hume does well to get it across. Mundle misses on the acrobatic effort. And from the edge of the area, it can't be forced through by Dan Neil. Too many bodies in the way, but Sunderland just starting to click through the gears now. Roberts trying to cause havoc on and off the ball and looking to combine with Rigg. Intelligent play though. Tonji. Confident Burnley are in possession around their own penalty area. Well played by Brownhill just to steady the ship. Gives it out to CJ Egan-Riley. Jay Rodriguez looks to feed it back to the right back. There's a chase on for Roberts here and he's going to get there first. There was only one really in the box to aim at. And shifted away from danger by Sirkin. Bit of a pushing and shoving match going on there between Mayenda and the 21-year-old defender. Calm heads just need to prevail, but that's going to be a booking early on inside 10 minutes. CJ Egan-Riley protesting. So you see the effort again from Romain Mundle. And the follow-up as well from Dan Neil, just couldn't find a way through. I think if Mundle puts that in the back of the net, every single Black Cat supporter is saying, Jack Clark who? Confirmation there of the booking for the Burnley centre-back. Ball over the top, and Egan-Riley's just got to be careful there. The last thing that Scott Parker really needs is his centre-back being in a one-on-one position like that. It's well handled in the end, though, by the youngster. Free kick is Lucas Pires with a slightly cynical trip on Patrick Roberts. Roberts is there for the return ball if needed, but Rigg was going down a dead end. Does well to get something out of it with the throw. Nearly threaded into the path of Rigg, who flashes it across goal. And Mundle and Joe Bellingham were the closest to it. They pick up the pieces here. Bellingham. Now look to this near side once more. Roberts cutting inside. It's a cracking delivery, plenty of zip on it. Three arriving at the far post, as well as Mayenda as well, slightly more centrally. And they were queuing up, it just needed to be flighted a touch lower in the end from the winger. Just too far in front of Dennis Sirkin, the closest to it at that back stick. Around the place, hasn't he? Patrick Roberts in his career. Spells with Middlesbrough, Norwich, Derby. And a bit of time at Troyes as well in France. Shout for handball, but nothing given against the French defender. easy ball really for Roberts there as he was looking for somebody. Sengo eventually makes himself available, but there's a large gap between that defensive line and the midfield. Might be a bit of space in behind as well, but Sonji trying to make the burst, unable to latch onto it before Patterson got there. He looks lively off the ball, trying to feed it into him on those diagonal runs. So I really like the values of Scott Parker when they were discussing his move here. Certainly bought into the Burnley manager's principles as a football manager, at least. Does mean that Burnley are starting pretty much with three centre forwards, though, in Lyle Foster, Jay Rodriguez and Ntonchi. In the meantime, Mundle making moves down the Sunderland left. And what moves can he make? Well, it would have been something, but it ended up as nothing, rather spectacularly. Cut inside and that's just got a touch overexcited. As soon as he got to this sort of position, you knew he was going to try and have a go, but there's two defenders in front of him. And he's leaning back and going slightly away from goal as well. He was asked by his manager to create danger. He's certainly doing that, Rene Mundle. Elise. One over the top, but that's well held up by Bellingham. Now he needs somewhere to go with it. Sirkin. Given away in the middle of the park, Foster. It's behind the intended target, Vitinho. Mundle seeing a lot of the ball so far. It's like his Sunderland teammates just want to ease him into this game and get him going straight away. Sirkin flashed it across. Roberts. Tight angle. Had to try and find a teammate, but there were too many Burnley bodies in the way. Really well worked by Dennis Sirkin, who loves to support the attacks, of course. Roberts just trying to force it in, perhaps, to Mayenda. Presence of mind and composure in that moment when others would have perhaps rushed it. Sunderland are rushing to try and get back onto the ball here. Nervily cleared away by Trafford. Nine lifts it forward. It's straight over the head of Patrick Roberts. Making his 100th appearance for the club as well today. He'd love to sign off with a goal or an assist. Only 7 in the 99 appearances for Sunderland in terms of finding the back of the net. Skip through the challenges just for a second there by Lucas Pires, the former Santos man. Jay Rodriguez thought he was away, but it's coming back for the free kick as Dan Neil was knocked to the deck. Rather than going forward, Rodriguez is getting back with the defensive unit. Try and deal with this set piece. Roberts has stood over it. sure they'd love to have new signing Wilson Isidore up for this sort of set piece to tower over everybody. It's not a bad ball anyway. Lees. Cross goal again. Mayenda was close to it, but even closer was Trafford, quickly pouncing on that cross. Given straight to Joe Bellingham. Mundle. Every route cut off, so he's going to have to create something for himself. And supported by the left-back. Looking for this near side, and Roberts will keep the fight going as he scraps with Ntonji there. There's only one side in this going forward. Burnley are pinned back inside their own 18-yard box for the majority of the last 10 minutes or so. The Black Cats need to make this pressure count. Wonder wants the short one. And he'll get it too. Something from the training ground, perhaps it. Whipped in by Neil. All the way back out the other side, and the chance for Rodriguez just to clear it away. That's a lovely ball into Ntonji. Got support as well coming up on the left. Foster always wants to cut him right. Two defenders reading the play well though and cutting off his path. Coutinho. Brownhill. Play by Roberts, who comes away with it. And he'll keep possession too, much to the frustration of Lucas Pires. You almost get the feeling the Brazilian hasn't come up against the likes of Patrick Roberts before. The tenacity, the ingenuity there just to keep possession and get it away from the Burnley man. Can't do anything but be impressed by what we've seen from Patrick Roberts, from Mundle and everybody else in a red and white shirt right now. Just the way James Trafford is down on the deck and struggling with something. Suggestion that it's the knee or the leg. Out through illness last week, could be out through injury this week. It's going to stretch it out. That they brought in Václav Halaki from Ipswich Town this summer. Surplus to requirements for the new Premier League side. This is an important moment really for Scott Parker just to have a word with his starting 11 and try and make some adjustments, because they've barely been in this game in the opening 20 minutes. Trafford is seemingly okay for the moment. He's going to try and limp this one off. Can't be too careful with your shot stopper. Eventually get back underway here. 5 attempts for Sunderland so far, absolutely nothing for Burnley going forward. I know the statisticians love to talk about XG. I think you can just watch this game and realise that at the moment Sunderland are in firm control. So that break has just lowered the atmosphere slightly here at the Stadium of Light. Cut out by Trey Hume. Roberts has options. Ender taking the initiative. He'll use Roberts if he wants to. Lucky break for the winger, shoulder to shoulder there with Utonji. Too physical. The boy from Benin. Free kick in a great position, this one. You know it's going your way when the ball ricochets off a defender like that and puts it straight into your path, into space. I think 20 years ago that probably would have been okay, that challenge from the 22-year-old. It was deemed slightly overly aggressive. 5 red and white shirts to aim at, the 6th arriving as well around the penalty spot. Mundle and Roberts, outswinger or in-swinger. In-swinger from the number 10, straight at the keeper, who's clattered by his own man. Dan Neil. Too close to Trafford that time. Playing that pivotal number 6 role that's been deemed by Reggie Lebris to be his best position for the club this season, particularly when you've got someone like Chris Rigg coming through the ranks as well. I get the feeling Dan Neil is there just to bring order to the midfield, while Rigg and Bellingham get to perhaps do the pretty business further forward and support the attack. High press again, Burnley just desperate to try and play it out, but they're going to have to resort to going long this time from Trafford. Sirkin. Rigg. Great use of the space. Mundle. The support on the edge of the area from Sirkin, goes looking instead for Roberts. Mundle to keep the move alive. Oh, what a sensational finish! Romain Mundle silences the doubters. He can produce on that left flank for Sunderland, and he finds the opener after 25 minutes at the Stadium of Light. Absolutely no right to finish from that sort of angle. And just his second goal for the club is a big one, in showing that perhaps he is the man to take over the reins from Jack Clark. He just gets a sight of that far post, and as soon as he sees it, he thinks, I'm having that. Question marks around the Burnley defence as well. Static, they were claiming for an offside decision when Roberts' shot fell straight to Mundle. But you've got to play to the whistle, and that's exactly what that young man did. And his side are 1-0 up. I mean, considering the narratives running through this game, this has been a dream start for Sunderland, the first 26 minutes or so. In the meantime, it's a Burnley side that, just for the first time this season, I'm seeing some question marks surrounding them suddenly. A few question marks about what's going on as well in terms of the last few weeks and days of the transfer window. Scott Parker knows he's dealing with a few more departures possibly before the summer window is over. Coutinho, Masengo, Manuel Benson could all be departing this week. Dara O'Shea too, who's been left out of the side for today. Is that a sign that he's perhaps going to be on his way before the August window is finished with? Of course, the new arrival from Chelsea, Bashir Humphreys, on the bench for the away side today. Maybe a few more new faces coming in. It's going to be a really busy last few days of the transfer season, really for both of these two sides. Notice that Sunderland still want some more attacking players to come in. As I mentioned, they brought in Wilson Isidore from Zenit on loan this week. Alexandra Mendia could also come in. Rocco Simic from RB Salzburg being linked as well. They don't need to change the style of football and the chemistry in this starting 11, that's for sure. Roberts up the line. Coutinho trying to just get out of the way of the challenge from Joe Bellingham. It was robust but fair, and he took the ball well. Have another look at this. When the shot comes in from Roberts there, I think he's onside. He really shouldn't have a sight at goal from that sort of position. Trafford will be frustrated that there was an angle given to him by his defenders, and it gets through the bodies, and it's really difficult for James Trafford to react in time to keep that out, particularly when it's so far in the corner. The question mark really for Sunderland is how much they can keep up the fast-paced play off the ball, as a good challenge by Luke O'Nien is straight back into the hands of Patterson. Let's have another look here at the possible offside when he strikes it. And he's onside. Played on by two inside that 6-yard box. It's a small window. It's big enough for a football though. Foster crowded out by 4 defenders, still finds a way out of a difficult position. Not a bad ball into Brownhill either. O'Nien able to cut it out. Arnold doing the defensive duty as well before he gets bundled over. Very sensible from the young Sunderland man, not so sensible from Lyle Foster. That certainly struggled last season for Burnley, considered a man who's got to step up in the Sky Bet Championship this season. He's had his struggles with football in the past. He's taken breaks away from the game just to get himself right. You can only admire that, considering the pressures on the modern day footballer. Idea from Cherahun, that just to escape away. In fact, it was Chris Rigg, excuse me, who was the one just trying to expose some space down this near sideline. The side that have scored 9 goals in the Sky Bet Championship this season haven't tested Anthony Patterson just yet. Watching brief for the Sunderland goalkeeper so far. Coutinho, Rodriguez. Brownhill over the top. Cyril Chase. Just silly shove in the back. Nine's going nowhere. Can't Can't let the frustration get the better of him. It's about the most he's done so far, Anthony Patterson. He's hoping to start a Sky Bet Championship season with 3 clean sheets for the first time in his career. The only side with 2 clean sheets after the first 2 games in the second tier of English football, Sunderland, this season. Bellingham. Nice idea to try and drop it into the space for Chris Rigg, who appreciates the delivery, even if he couldn't get onto it. There's 3 Sunderland players around the ball, just trying to squeeze Burnley at the sidelines. It's very controlled. It's not a relentless press, just picking their moments to do so. Many of the Sunderland supporters this season have already said they've never seen a Sunderland side be this aggressive off the ball. That's no bad thing. Mayenda. Safely dealt with by Masengo. Straight away, Lucas Pires dispossessed. Neil. Roberts has nowhere to go. Supported eventually by the Northern Irishman. They look so comfortable in possession, even with defenders around them right now, Sunderland. Munden. Work by Roberts with the flick. Rigg. I don't want to be overly confident, but they're dancing between the Burnley ranks. Just a slightly heavy touch in the end, unable to keep the move alive. The right back Trehu. I don't think this is an enjoyable watch for Scott Parker and co right now. They're like the mouse being played with by the cat. The Black Cats look set to go in for the kill whenever they want to. Come again, Joe Bellingham, excellent work, Cirque into Mundle. To Bellingham, shout for offside, nothing coming just yet, over everybody's head inside the area. Just gifting the host possession in dangerous parts of the field. I'll tell you what, Burnley are lucky to escape from that sort of position. Anything less damaging. Foster. Nowhere to go for that defensive line in possession. Esteve. Lucas Pires. Look to the left, red and white shirt. Look to the right, red and white shirt. A lot of talk about that left back for Burnley, Lucas Pires. Very impressive in South American football with Santos. He was on loan with Cadiz last season in Spain. It's the club around £2.3 million this season, something that they may have hit the jackpot with him, but he's been so ineffective so far. His first 38 minutes. Jay Rodriguez. One step forward, two passes back. Lucas Pires. Comes off Foster last, he's just not getting anything to go his way. Anything you can say really is a positive for Burnley so far. So it's only 1-0. Bellingham brings down Masengo for a free kick. There's a yellow card coming out for him. Signed a new deal with the club until 2028, Joe Bellingham. Certainly seems to fit in with Reggie Lebrie's plans. The captain Brownhill. No, he's going to leave it. Flying instead by Lucas Pires. Away by Neil, but not well away. Roberts bundled over from behind, and a free kick in a far more threatening position. 5 minutes to go before the break. A couple of set pieces here, just giving Burnley a bit of life. Pires and Brownhill stood over it again. I fancy the outswinger of the captain this time. And it is. A bad delivery into a dangerous part of the box. It almost dropped from Masengo, but a free kick is given. Just hesitated, and Noah Masengo, as that ball almost came straight down to him. Another look here. It's not the best header away by Dennis Serkin. It's just a tug on the back of the shirt of Mondal anyway that leads to the free kick. It's about as close as we've come to a warning sign for that Sunderland defence. Steve under pressure. He just about finds his Brazilian teammate. It's lifted up towards Ntonji, but so difficult for him to get a foot on the ball. Jay Rodriguez is seemingly playing just off Foster and Ntonji, trying to support the attack, but none of those three forwards have any fruit from their labours so far in this first half. Sengo back across, only just waiting for the passing lanes to open up. Rodriguez trying to dictate the play. This is Brownhill asking for someone to come and support. It's a good turn by Lyle Foster. Vitinho hasn't had a chance to really turn and go in the right direction down that right sideline, the Brazilian. Rumours that a deal with Botafogo back in Brazil has fallen through for Vitinho. His future very much in doubt as well going into the latter part of the window. Here he is again. He's a bit in doubt as what to do with it, really. Takes the safer option back to his captain. Last 30 seconds or so of a first half that's been run by Sunderland, but Burnley just putting some possession together right at the end of it, although that's going to come to nothing. Sirkin looking to lead the charge the other way. Mayenda forward down the centre, others trying to support as well. It's about 1 against 3. Against Dennis Sirkin on that far side of the field. Didn't really look like a battle he had a chance of winning. Did have the delay when James Trafford was receiving some attention, so there may be just a minute or two of stoppage time here.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes added time.
3 minutes of added time at the end of this first 45 at the Stadium of Light. Rare touch for Patterson. A rare long ball as well from Sunderland. Fails to find a target. I guess when you've barely touched it all game, still warming up into things. It's a lovely ball out to the far side of the field. Vitinho, rare chance for the away side. Ntonji unable to capitalise. Free header, really. Maybe the ball was just slightly behind him. He was stretching to angle this on target. It's the best chance the away side have had. It's a chance that goes begging as well for the 22-year-old. It's all very relaxed from Sunderland. This last minute or so of the first half. Happy to let Burnley have possession. I don't want to see too many more chances like the one the away side just created, though. Challenged by Roberts. Connor Roberts, Jay Rodriguez. Just a bit iffy on the far side of the field between Romain Mundle and Jay Rodriguez. There were a couple of reactions, but it'll be swept under the carpet going into the half-time break. It's Sunderland that have the advantage after 45 minutes as the top two in the Sky Bet Championship clash this afternoon. The man of the moment, Romain Mundle, rising to the occasion. The potential Jack Clark replacement on a permanent basis, breaking the deadlock midway through the first half. Patrick Roberts and co have created chances for Sunderland time and time again in the opening half an hour before they went off the boil in the latter part of the half. Burnley have had half a chance to sniff at for Andreas and Tonji, but it's Mundle's goal that separates these two sides at the half-time break. Going in at the interval, Sunderland 1, Burnley 0. Set to be returning to the Sunderland start.